Oh, that's not a good. There we go. That's a little bit better. Hello. Hello, everybody. How are you doing today? We're going to have a super fun day today. Super fun Sunday. We got all sorts of stuff to do, and we're going to try something new today, and hopefully it is not shit. So that'll be fun. Let me know how your Sunday's going in the chat when you get a second. Let me see something here. All right. Yeah, I think everything's okay on the stream end. Let's just look through a couple things real quick. That looks good. That looks good. That does not look good. We gotta change that. How did that get like that? Oh, I know why. There we go. That should be better now. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So things are looking okay. Let me go back to the chat side. Oh. Wait. No, we're here. Sorry. I'm dealing with a lot of screens here at the minute. We're trying something new today, folks. We're trying something new today, folks. Ugh. I don't like this, but I'm not supposed to be oaking smay in the apartment A. So we'll see how all of that goes. So before we go too much further, I want you guys to, oh, here we go. I want you guys to know that I will be at the High Desert Lo-Fi Lit Weekend on March 22nd is the day I will be there. I will be there all day at, you know what, let's do this. Let's make logo bigger. Okay, there we go. I'm going to be at High Desert Times, which I believe is a bookstore in 29 Palms. The High Desert Lo-Fi Lit Weekend is going to be happening at a few different locations all through 29 Palms. And it might also be in Joshua Tree and Yucca Valley. But for those of you who remember or don't remember, a couple years ago, I spoke on a zine panel at the Bombay Beach Lit Fest. And this year, the Lit Fest portion of the Bombay Beach Biennale, for whatever reason, is not taking place at the Biennale, or the Biennale doesn't exist anymore. I don't really know what the lowdown shakedown is on all that. But the Lit Fest portion has now changed into the High Desert Lo-Fi Lit Weekend. And I'm going, instead of being there for just an hour doing a panel, I'm going to be there. I think how they're setting it up is I'm going to be there all day doing different events and stuff. So I'm going to do like a zine workshop. I'm going to do a writing workshop. I'm going to do a few different things throughout the day at the High Desert Times location. And obviously it's 2 weeks away, so there's going to be a lot more information coming on that soon. Caitlin, what's up? Caitlin. So that's really, really cool. To be honest, I have no idea what's going to happen, but I know that when I do things that I don't know what's going to happen, it usually works out much better than I expected. When I expect a lot out of a thing, it usually goes to shit. So, um, yeah, there's if you wanna if you wanna read my wait uh, there you go. If you want to read my bio, it's down there. This is a different bio that I kind of threw together because when they originally posted this, they had my old website and my old bio. And there was nothing wrong with the old bio, but it just didn't have any of the newer things in it. So this one focuses a little bit more on the newer things. So if you're in the, I don't know, the area, you should come on out. If you don't live in the area, you should probably fly out to do this thing. I remember at the Bombay Beach Lit Fest, there was somebody, a viewer, who flew out from the UK just to come to the zine workshop, which was absolutely batshit crazy. And the funny thing was, and I think I told this story before, I didn't know that they just said they were from out of town. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. Yeah, I'm from out of town too. I had no idea that they flew out from London just to do that event and come to the finale. So that was really cool. And to be fair, they're doing amazing shit now. The last like 2 years, I guess, they've been killing it. So yeah, I should probably put their thingy in the thingy. So I'll do that. But I want you guys to know. So right now it's like 12:26 at 3 o'clock my time. Let me see if this. See again, it looks weird. I need to remember to do this before I change pages. Or I just need to have different windows instead of different tabs. So I'm going to be on Henry Horror Channel. They have a podcast where they interview people from like horror punk bands and horror films and stuff like that. It's a new-ish channel, small channel. So if you dig horror shit and interviews, definitely run over there and like give them a follow. They do lots of interviews, lots of bass covers. I guess Henry's a bass player. So all sorts of cool shit. I feel like I should have. I don't think I will, but maybe I should like do some corpse paint or something. If we're gonna get in on this, I feel like I'm screwing the pooch here, burying the lead. But yeah, Henry Horror Channel. I will be over there. I don't know if it's a live show or if it's a recorded show. If it's a live show, be over there at 3 o'clock. If it's not a live show, then I'll just let you know when it goes up. The new episode of Corpse Cast should have gone live. Let me actually check. Let's check. Here, I'm going to have you take a gander at my face. Look at my face for a little bit. And we're going to go look at Yeah, I am not happy with Cody Rhodes winning the belt back from Drew McIntyre on Friday Night SmackDown. I'm just going to come right out and say it. Unless they do something really crazy over the next few however longs. Okay, so let me make sure I'm doing this right. Okay, let me see. Boom. There we go. So run over to the Corpse Collective, and you'll be able to check out Corpse Cast. Oh yeah, that was a funny one we did. That one in the middle there of the H.P. Lovecraft films. What a shit show that was. Let me see. And there's Mike and his lovely doing horror pub trivia. Oh yeah, here we go. This was the last one we did. Wait, what does it say? Which 1931 Dracula sucks better? What a dick. I did not know that's what he called it. So let's look at the different podcasts we have. And we have the Corpse Cast. Oh, no.
You are about to experience
That's not what I wanted to do. But yeah, let's just scrub through here in case you guys don't know what I look like in the dark. Yeah, there's Mike, there's me. We're talking Dracula. Oh, he side-by-sided it. He's such a stud. Look at him kicking ass and taking names over here. But yeah, so we talked about the 1931 Dracula, the English one with Bela Lugosi, and the Spanish one that was shot at the same time at night. So that was fun. That was some good shit. So go over to Corpse Collective. He finally got 1,000 subs. So if any of you went over there and did that, good on you. Thank you guys for doing that. Yeah. Let me see. Henry Horror. I love the Universal Monsters right there. That's kind of cool. Let me get back over here. And let me get back to you guys. Let's see what's going on over here. Nicky Gem. Oh, you guys are really far behind. Hey, Matt Wall, any seasons updates? Seasons updates. No, because I haven't finished the anthology yet. The anthology will get done this week. I have internet now. So the whole reason why I'm doing all this fun shit is that I finally got the internet set up here. So I'm not using my phone hotspot anymore. So we could have a legitimate live stream. So now that the office is set up in a way I could do stuff, the anthology will be done, and then seasons will come soon after, and then Black Star will come after that. These are the best chips in the world. I'm just gonna say it. Holla for some Pinot. So good. I know. Thank you. I honestly didn't think that I would think jalapeno chips were good. I was so wrong. Jalapeno chips are amazing. Now, besides the seasons updates, the funny thing is, once I get going on seasons, as long as I don't completely fuck the formatting up again, this book will be out in minutes. It's not hard. So all the people who contributed to the campaign, I'm definitely going to be sending you guys the, what do you call it? The PDF way before you get the actual book in the mail. But the chapbook with all the extra poems that didn't make it into the book, that will be a little bit later, unless I could convince my kid, because my kid just got a job at Staples in the print house department. If I could convince my kid to print me out like 25 copies to where I don't have to do it, then everything will go out at the same time. But if not, I have to get my printer out of storage out in the desert. Speaking of the desert, I'm going to be at the High Desert Lo-Fi Lit Weekend on Sunday, March 22nd at High Desert Times Bookstore doing zine workshops and writing workshops all day. So if you're in the area, you should come. If you're not in the area, you should plan on being there. Whew, man. I could plug shit like nobody's business. I'm like a little Dutch girl with a dyke. Shouldn't have said that. I only ask as OBS our address will change before it gets sent out. So I'll need to update you on that before shipping. Totally. And you know what's funny? Since I started trying to put that book together, my address has changed 5 times. So I feel you. Idiot. God. Oh, good Lord. But I do want you guys to know something. And I definitely want to give Nikki some credit here for pushing me along this way. And also Bunny for encouraging me. I really need to get back to the poem and get back to the chapbooks and get back to doing that stuff. It's good for me mentally. Poetry is like kind of the one thing that I excelled at constantly, and that sounds really weird and full of like my own fart smells, but poetry was very good to me, and it still is, and I need to lean into that a little bit more just for my own sanity. As much as I love the energy work that I get to do with my paintings, poetry is a little more me on a human level. And I feel like when I'm not writing, I kind of lose sense of who I am and allow external forces to kind of dictate my being. And that's not good. And it's just like, it's one of those things that's fucking hysterical. It's like, I kind of walk away. I didn't walk away from poetry. The problem was the shit I was writing about was shit that was really hard for me to deal with. If I was still writing about catching people jerking off on the street in LA, like, I probably would have been fine. But the fact that I was writing about real shit that I was still dealing with made coming to the poem a little harder. I'm glad you're looking to let poetry back into your palette, dude. It's very much missed. And I only push because I really think it helps you. And you can say that you love it too, damn it. No, I joke. No, I know. It does help. It's like there was a good period there between the Seasons book and what I would normally be writing poetry about the last 9 months. Fuck, dude. Like, that might have pushed me over the edge. You don't need to share it publicly, but the process of creative is so therapeutic. Oh, yeah. And also, I do generally live, tour, work. Aw, are you drinking wine? That's sweet. Oops, attacked by dog. Generally love your work. I know that's what you meant. Yeah, it was funny this morning. The thing about this building that's weird is that there are a lot of people who have these giant horse dogs in this building. And I think it's because they want to be able to go out and walk around and like, I don't know, just like live life and not be trapped in a building. And they don't feel safe unless they have like a big pitty or a Rottweiler or a Doberman or a Great Dane or whatever. Just people with these big giant fucking dogs. And this morning, this one woman who has I don't want to say a horrible Doberman, but it's not a well-behaved dog, and she's too small to rein the dog in. It got away from her outside and attacked another dog and the person walking it, and then a smaller dog that was going by. And she was down the hill. So coming up the hill, it took her forever to catch up to the dog, to what was going on. And like everybody's screaming and shit, and she's like, he just wants to play, and it's like, that's great that he just wants to play, but now everyone's terrified. These dogs got into a fight, and that's not playing, because when a dog is on a leash being held and a big monster dog runs at him, they're going to attack for fear of their own fucking life. They don't know this dog wants to fucking play with them. And I hear that from so many fucking people. I don't know if you guys remember, but years ago, there was this woman who had this big golden retriever, and she just could not contain that dog. And this one day, it pulled her so hard and went after these kids, it was dragging her across the sidewalk. And I was just like looking out my window watching this like woman like, oh, being like dragged up the sidewalk while this dog was like barking at these fucking screaming, crying kids. And she's like, oh, he just wanted to play. And it's like, if you can't control your dog, if you cannot walk your dog, figure something out that has to do with you never walking your dog. I'll tell you the two dogs that do the most damage, because I used to groom dogs like 1,000 years ago. But Shar-Peis, very fucking brutal dogs, and Cockapoos. And I don't know if it's because you assume the Cockapoo isn't going to hurt you, but they do. They always break skin. You're always bleeding. Shar-Peis will just fuck you up. And like you pull your hand back and it looks like you were just using your hand as a Tampax. Am I right? Oh my gosh. Put the damn dog on the treadmill, lady. Yeah. I heard this story that treadmills make your uterus fall out. I don't know if that was a propaganda thing for people against the treadmill industry, but you hear a lot of funny things on the internet, which takes us to our topic. Wow, dude, I just segued out of nowhere. I'm very impressed with myself right now. Very impressed with myself right now. So let's go. I'll check comments again in a minute. We're gonna go and we're gonna start this new segment where I critique writing advice and poetry advice and art advice and all sorts of shit that we find on the internet. Okay? So this is going to be fun. I hope you guys enjoy what's about to happen.
Want to improve your poems? There's 3 things you can do.
No, you gotta start over, dude.
Want to improve your poems? There's 3 things you can do. 2 more obvious, 1 surprising. Let's start with the obvious.
Hey guys, one of these things is going to be surprising. 2 of these things are obvious. My guess is going to be you have to actually sit down and write poems if you want to write good poems. That's going to be my first guess. My second guess is you're going to have to read great poetry if you want to write poetry. And then the last one, what would the last one be? What would be not an obvious one? Grow a thick skin? Be ready for critique? I don't know. I don't even know who this guy is. This is Nathan Hassal.
1. Practice by writing. Obviously, if you do not write, you're not going to improve your...
Okay, so I was kind of right there. Like, you have to actually sit down and write something if you're going to write something. Okay, solid tip, Nathan.
Poetry. 2. Learn by reading.
Oh! You have to read good shit if you're going to write good shit. Oh my God, he's even counting on his pinky, dude. He's like letting you know. These are the things you have to do.
Other poets read about poetry. 3. Move your body. Dance. Think about it. When you set a bowl of soup down on the table and you realize you've forgotten something and you go into the kitchen, you might be like, oh, you forget, right? Spoon. What do? You use the action first and then you come to the word. So when you're writing your poetry, if you move around based on the word that feels right, you might actually come to the word and be more creative as a result of engaging your body.
Okay, let's talk about this for a minute, guys. Let's talk about this for a minute. Do we read, write, live? Oh, roast a writing advisor. Okay, so here's the thing. I feel like I can't look at the replay as this is going. It's driving me crazy. Okay, so pantomiming stuff because we don't know the word. I do like live. That's always been my thing. Like, you have to like live life in order to write about it. You have to go out into the world and observe things in order to be able to say how it makes you feel. But this is something different. Dance, I don't think he should have said. When he comes out and says, you know what you have to do? You have to move. You have to dance. That's like, oh. But then he's like, no, when you get soup and you're like, oh shit, I forgot the spoon. That's completely different than dancing and moving. But I guess like being physically engaged in the intellectual and spiritual nature of the thing you're doing is pretty solid. Yeah, okay. What do you guys think about that? It's solid. God damn it, I did it again. Okay, let's try this. I have to do this first. Boom. Okay, now we can go back and change this. Oh, I'm so bad at this. Okay, so Nathan, I mean, the motherfucker's got 6,000 likes. I didn't even know 6,000 people on YouTube fucking read or wrote poetry. 80 comments? Wow, this guy's legit. He's like the Gary Adams of YouTube. That's fucking wild. Oh my God. Okay, let's see what else we got.
Did you know that former...
Did you know? Oh my God. The fucking the line that starts every fucking YouTube short. Did you know? Did you know that the former poet...
A poet laureate of the US, Ted Cruz, said, "No one cares about your poems as much as you do."
Yep.
He said, "There's no need to try and rush your poem into anyone's hands, and the world is better served by one good poem than by having 20 volumes of verse." And that's why I'm asking, did you know that former poet laureate...
I think that's kind of bullshit. And so that's why he's asking for you to click on his video here and watch it. I mean, this one only has 191 things and 5 comments. I don't know. I know every poet's go-to fucking line is... like, as long as you write one good poem your entire life, you would have done the Lord's work or something like that. But I just have never been able to fucking deal with that. But I do know that whether it's poetry or your books or your art or whatever, nobody gives a shit about your stuff as much as you do until you are like a legend, and then your fans care way more about your shit than you do. I mean, ask George R.R. Martin. Like, so many fucking people give a shit about that fucking dumb book series that he wrote that he never finished, and he just doesn't give a shit. He's like, fuck it. But I'm trying to think of the best way to put this, because I feel like the idea here is okay, but when you say this like this, you get really close to the world of being super fucking precious about your shit. And you should never be precious about your art. You create to get it out and get it on paper, and then it doesn't belong to you anymore. It belongs to the people who read it. But your career as a poet or an artist or a musician or a filmmaker, no one's going to give a shit about that as much as you do. So I think like what he's saying here, we're going to watch this again because he goes one direction and then uses this saying to take a fucking hard left that I don't think is actually what this means.
Laureate of the US, Ted Cruz, said, "No one cares about your poems as much as you do." He said, "There's no need to try and rush your poem into anyone's hands, and the world is better served by one good poem than by having 20 volumes of verse."
Okay, then I guess I don't serve the world, which is fine. The world fucking sucks. But like, I don't understand how no one cares about your poems as much as you do, and like, it's better to have one good poem than 20 volumes of verse. Like, those are two completely different fucking arguments.
And that's why I'm asking, did you know that...
And that's why I'm asking for you to like click through This clickbaity fucker. Okay, let's see what you guys think so far on these Dos Amigos from Nathan. Soup Spoon Dance. Tell me AI wrote your script without telling me AI wrote your script. Okay, so I guess I know how Nikki feels about all this. It's quality over quantity from the Talk Tick generation. I think that's an oxymoron. I think the TikTok generation, and I think this is what you mean, they're always about quantity over quality. Is that the thing you're talking about there? Or is the quantity of their shorts and shit different than the quantity of their poems? Okay, so I'm going to say that the whole nobody cares thing is a good point, because nobody cares your writing until you've written a book, and even then, not so much. That is true. But we all hope to get to the point to where the people who read our shit care way more about it than we do. Because that's when you know you made it, right? So that's fun. That's some good shit. Okay, so I'm going to give Nathan 1 for 2. No. This like spoon thing. You know what's going to happen? I'm going to be writing a poem about running across a naked unhoused woman under a U-Haul truck, and I'm going to be trying to think of the word, and I'm going to be going, and I'm going to just be thinking about spoons. So I think he kind of fucked me there. I think I'm in a bit of a pickle now. My God. What are we gonna do? Okay, let's see who's next. Let's see who's next on our writing brigade here.
Get in, loser. We're writing poetry. For a poetry prompt, I got you. Step 1. Pick a word off of this list. I pick sadness because it resonates. Now look around you and pick one object that you see. Rear view mirror, that's mine. Step 2. Put these things together in a metaphor. So you're going to take your abstract noun and say that it is your object. My poetry prompt is sadness is a rear view mirror. Get in, loser. We're writing poetry. For a poetry prompt,
yeah, I just wanted to make sure that I was correct that she called me a loser right there. So this is Jay Nichelle. Okay, let's talk about Jay Nichelle for a minute here. I dig these things where you pick a word and then you pick something around you. We've done stuff like that in Anarchy Crew shit, like writing streams before. I do dig that. So that's solid. But get in, loser. That's kind of harsh. And then she picks sadness because she's like emo as fuck. I don't know. I like it. I like this stuff. I don't love that she called me a loser right off the bat. But 10,000 people fucking liked this. Oh, I get it. I understand things now. It's okay. We're coming back to it. Let's see. What do you guys think? What do you guys think here? That's a wing mirror, not a rear view mirror. Pedantics. Yeah, I call it. I think they're called side view. Maybe they're called wings. I think they're side view. Nathan Poet TripAdvisor 2.75 out of 10. Do not recommend. Oh, I think I'm being unnecessarily catty today. Apologies to the influencers I'm digging out. I was just going to say the same thing. I was just going to say, no, we're just having fun here. We're just trying to get some good advice, you know. I had some like actual like short story and novel advice ready to go too, but these poetry ones are quick digs. So, thank you, Jana Shell. Let's see what the next one is.
Hi, my name's Aaron, and here's my tip on how to write a poem. So, poems are typically known to be very emotional and to, be all about kind of the heart and like feelings and whatnot.
Yeah. Compress everything or condense everything I've ever done into like you just like being funny about it. Oh my God.
I think it's really important to write about something that you care kind of deeply about, that you have that connection to. That way, if you start with thinking about, what you're going to write about, the actual writing can kind of come a lot easier if you do actually really care about your topic and you feel that emotional connection. Hi, my name's Aaron, and here's my tip on how to write a poem. So, poems are typically known to be very emotional and to, be all about kind of the heart and like feelings and whatnot. I think it's really important to write about something that you care kind of deeply about, that you have that connection to. That way, if you start with thinking about, what you're going to write about, the actual writing can kind of...
Okay, I don't know if you guys can see it, but I'm going to take this guy's advice because he has his fingernails painted black. So he's all gothy as shit, but he's wearing like some fucking J. Crew V-neck. So I'm totally digging this guy's vibe, even though he's from WikiHow.
Come a lot easier if you do it.
Look at that. Look at... Oh. This guy's speaking right to my heart. V-neck cashmere with your nails painted black. Oh my gosh. This fucking guy. So yeah. So pretty solid advice, Think about what you're going to write about before you start writing. Like, isn't that how we do things here? I don't 100% agree with this. Like, I think it's good to think about what you're writing before you write it, but just think about what you want to write about and then sit down and write without thinking about it. Like, the more we think about shit, and this is just for me, the more we think about the shit we're writing, the more we get in the way and start self-editing before we even get things on paper. And when we start self-editing way too much, and then especially when we start writing, we don't finish anything because we keep going back and changing lines and going back and doing this and going back and doing this. So just go. Vomit. Just fucking get it out of you. My God. This dude has clearly never read a Matt Wall poem. Oh my God. Make Aaron stop talking. Why don't you like him? I mean, that short was kind of long for him to say the same thing over and over again. Welcome, Aaron, from the summer. I turned pretty... Oh, welcome, Aaron, from the summer. I turned pretty evil. Oh my God. Oh, yeah, we're just being catty as fuck. And for everyone else who's like dipping in and out of here, feel free to be catty too. Like, it's fine. But the most important thing is that we're learning something, okay? If you could get anything from this stuff, that's cool. I think I need to start doing shorts where I go, okay, guys, the secret to life is, and then it starts over. And it's like, okay, guys, the secret to life is, and then you have to click my 25-minute video on the secret of life. Nathan's got this shit down. And I need to call everyone losers, and I need to paint my nails again. Oh, man. See, all of these fucking people have way more, like, subs and engagement than I do. Let's look at Aaron again. I mean, he is from WikiHow, but he's got 4,000 likes on this.
We will get you 1 million views or you don't pay. And if you give me 15 seconds, I'll explain.
So something to keep in mind as you read for this course is...
Okay, guys. I need you to understand. that Close Reading Poetry on How to Read Poetry recorded a short before shorts were a thing from the past and put it up in the future. We got wired earbuds. We got, I mean, I'm all over this. I am very much a fan of this. And so he has a course on how to read poetry. I wonder if we're going to talk about breath work or something.
Is that we are reading a lot of poetry. No one can catch everything in every poem in a single read. Not any student.
Do you guys notice something? I'm going to Ginsberg the fuck out of this right now. Do you guys realize that as he's speaking with enjambments? I do this too. All of my things are like this short. And then da. He's doing it. This is a poet thing. We can only speak as long as the lines we write are. Oh my God.
Not even any instructor. You may not be able to read every single poem in the collections. And if you are able, you're likely not able to read with the attention that you wish, carefully as you like. That's all right. Read with the patience of nature's hunters. Some herons and egrets will stand motionless on the shore, waiting for the fish to come for hours. Flowers that look for the sun open their
Is he reading now? Or is he still giving me advice?
petals in the morning shade and just wait for the light. Simply place yourself in the presence of poetry and receive whatever comes to you. Don't feel pressured to catch everything. Don't let the anxiety not to miss something keep you from receiving the visitor. You will miss something. You will always miss something important. But bring with you what Wordsworth calls a mind that watches and receives, or a heart that watches and receives, trusting that what you need to hear from a poem will announce itself to you. And know that the book of poems, all poems, will wait for your return. It will not yield everything at once.
From lecture delivered on Thirst, Close Reading Poetry. I mean, 19 comments, that's pretty good. I don't get any comments on my shit. Nobody likes talking to me. But 975 likes on this. Okay, so I'm going to tell you what I got from this short right now. If you read poetry and you're reading a huge collection with a ton of stuff in it, you're going to miss all sorts of stuff, and that's okay. But you have to be in it. Like, this is all good advice. But is this something you should make a video about? I mean, I guess so, yeah. I don't know. Here's my thing, guys. I think when you read poetry, you read it, and it's either going to jump out at you or it's not. Like, what's the problem? You know, let me see. Let me see. Hey, Matt Wall. Hey, Chris. Honestly, that sounds oddly enjoyable. What sounds oddly enjoyable? Oh yeah, we anxiously await my new TikTok channel. Should I TikTok, guys? And why do you keep ticking? What's happening there? Guys, oh my God. He's poeting at us. Poeting at us. Send help. I've preached sermons that sound like this. Yeah. Okay, when you read the Bible, guys, you're going to read it and you're not going to get everything. But every time you go back and read it, something else is going to jump out at you. Something else, depending on where you are at your point in life and on your walk, it's going to jump out. You'll read the same passage over and over again, and you'll always get something new out of it if you allow yourself to be there and open to receive that message. Boom. I don't know this guy. Do you not know this guy? Oh yeah, this guy, Chris, yeah. No. I know you guys are completely not knowing. Anyway, Jesus. Oh, sorry guys, probably shouldn't do that when we're doing this. Preach. Oh my gosh. Okay, let me see here. What are we doing? Okay, let's go back to the past, where he also used fonts from the past to show us that he is from the past. Okay.
So something to keep
There's a lot more to a poem than just the meaning of the poem. Honestly, if reading poetry is all about getting the meaning out of the poem, all of the poetry professors in your English department would probably retire and resort to something like stamp licking as a profession. Words are not mere bearers of meanings, and if you arrange a bunch of words in a specific way, at some point they're gonna escape their realm of meaning and produce effects that kind of go beyond the form of words themselves. Most of the interesting discussions in poetry actually stem from this ambiguity or this confrontation with ambiguity. And from that sort of uncertain state, a lot of great theories of poetry emerged. In short, great poems encourage us to dive into the ambiguity instead of just hunting for that one moment of like, I got it. And every time you read a poem in a different way, it's like you're reading a brand new poem for the first time again. There's a lot more to a poem.
What the hell just happened? Oh my god. Oh my god. The name of this short is called How to Understand and Enjoy Poetry. Then he spends the next 30 seconds saying absolutely nothing. But he seems okay. But he wanted to get that stamp licking joke in there. So that's funny. Oh my god. Oh my god. What am I going to do? Are we going to watch this again? There's a lot more to a poem than reading the poem. Because, you know, if there wasn't, professors would be licking stamps instead. But if you read a poem in a different way, you know, the ambiguity, you know, confronts itself, and then, you know, you have something very different. You could read the same poem in a different way each time, and it confronts itself differently. This right here is why I talk myself out of going back to school to try to get an MFA. Because I know that these are the fucking conversations I would be having. This is the shit that pisses me off. And it's fine if you're into this. Like, if this is the shit that, like, you know, gets your gusset damp, then cool. Like, do it. But it's just, like, don't do this and expect me not to fucking talk a ton of shit. Because I will throw this right back at you. The second I start talking about anything that I do with poetry, all of the people who are like this talk shit on me. And it's okay, because I don't give a fuck, because that's just what everyone does. Everyone talks shit. Oh my gosh. Now, the video he's trying to get us to watch is, if poetry confuses you, watch this. Oh my god. Oh my god. Hey. If poetry confuses you, hold my beer. I'm going to fucking make you want to have a fucking aneurysm by me talking about this shit right here. Okay, I'm going to watch this one more time because maybe I just missed it because that stamp licking joke was so damn hot. It was fire. Let's watch this again.
Poem than just the meaning of the poem. Honestly, if reading poetry is all about getting the meaning out of the poem, all of the poetry professors in your English department would probably retire and resort to something like stamp licking as a profession.
I love that he had to go like this in case you didn't know what stamp licking was. Because as soon as he did this, I'm like, they're going to start eating soup with a spoon? What the fuck are they doing?
Words are not mere bearers of meanings, and
words are not mere bearers of meanings. Okay, if poetry confuses you, hold my chelada, okay? I have something to tell you. Because words are not mere bearers of meanings. Did you guys not know this? Words are not to communicate things. Words are things to decorate white space on a page. Didn't you know that? Have you never heard of concrete poetry? We're drawing pictures with our words.
And if you arrange a bunch of words in a specific way, at some point they're going to escape their realm of meaning. And
If you if poetry confuses you, I'm gonna fucking tell you something. Oh my god.
produce effects that kind of go beyond the form of words themselves. Most of the interesting discussions in poetry actually stem from
Most of the interesting discussions in poetry stem from me trying to say a bunch of shit that doesn't make any sense, but you are scared that I might be making sense and you might be too stupid to understand that. And so if you say something in argument of that, you might be made to look like the fool. So we're all just saying things in hopes that the other person doesn't call us out for saying bullshit.
this ambiguity or this confrontation with ambiguity. And from that sort of
Ambiguity or a confrontation from ambiguity.
uncertain state, a lot of great theories of poetry emerged. In short, great poems encourage us to dive into the ambiguity instead of just hunting for that one moment of like, I got it.
Okay, so this is another thing I don't like. When people talk in absolutes about shit, what makes a great poem is when you could dive into ambiguity instead of I got it. Why do you have to I got anything? Poems aren't fucking puzzles. Poems aren't riddles. Who the fuck are these people?
And every time you read a poem in a different way, it's like you're reading a brand new poem for the first time again. There's a lot more to a poem.
Okay, I can't. I fucking can't. I can't. I'm going to see if you guys think I've gone too far yet. Because there is a very good possibility that I have. I'm getting mad now. Oh, man. If I had $1 for every time I said that. God damn it. Here we are. Okay, what's happening? Oh, Nikki's deleting messages. Oh my god. She's very much looking forward to being Mrs. Vicker. I deny all claims. No, Mrs. Vicker here at all. No way. Nuh-uh. You're going to be the funnest Miss Vicker. And you're going to be at the pub in the cozy, having your port. And people are going to come to you to ask you for advice because everyone's going to know that Mrs. Vicker is the one who really calls the shots and wears the pants. And then you're going to give them the advice. You're going to say, I don't give up. And they're going to be like, wow, she is so like, she knows what she's talking about. To be fair, on that pause, he seems to be smelling his own bullshit. I'm still always surprised that you don't burst into flames every time you walk into the church. I'm assuming you're talking to your wife. I just haven't found the right church yet. Yeah, okay. I've never seen someone lick a stamp like that. Like with a spoon? I know. I've never seen anyone lick a stamp with a spoon. I'm genuinely concerned what he's being exposed to. We don't judge stamp enthusiasts here. Lick those stamps any way that makes you happy. Yeah, I know. I should be nicer. I didn't realize that words are sentient creatures. Book burning just got a whole lot darker. I think that conflicts with your teachings. Oh my God, I do not recommend people come to me for vickering advice. I do not recommend anyone coming to her for Jinx, you guys, that's good. That's good. Okay, so are you guys enjoying this? Is this worth doing, this whole thing? Oh my God, I don't know what it is, but when someone says, for those of you who like don't understand poetry, let me explain this to you very simply. And then they say some giant fucking ridiculous thing that is so fucking abstract in thought. Like no one is going to possibly be able to walk away from that. Oh my God. Okay. So out of all the people we've talked to so far here in this one-way conversation. I'm going to say that R.C. Walden, not Walden, but Walden, is the most troubling, but also the one I would want to have a conversation with more than anybody. He has his likes turned off on this, or no one has ever liked it. But 43 comments, so I'm sure he has his likes turned off. Okay, let's.
This is a question that we...
Does it feel the same to you when you're writing something on paper and when you're writing a song lyric?
It does now. In the old days, I used to think of songwriting was this, and I love you and you love me.
And I love you and you love me.
And my writing was something else, even if I didn't think of it quite like that. But then I just realised through Dylan and other people, Bob Dylan, not Thomas, that it is the same thing. That's what I didn't realise, being so naive, and that you don't write pop songs and then you do that and then you do that. That everything you do is the same thing, so do it the same way. But sometimes I'll write lyrics to a song first, and then I'll get the same feeling as Khaki Hargreaves or a poem, and then write the music to it after. So then it's a poem sung. But some of the time, sometimes the tune comes, and then you just put suitable words to fit the tune. If the tune's doodle-doodle-doodle, and you have shagaboo-doo-cha, you have sound words then, just the sound of it.
It's like, oh.
Because it is all sound. Everything's vibrations, I believe.
Does it feel the same to you?
Now, I'm going to say something about this, okay? This is the kind of shit that I feel like I should be doing instead of punching down to people who have more subs than I do. This whole songwriting thing, it's legit. Like, sometimes you write words first and then you try to put a song to that. Sometimes you have a tune first and then you just try to find words that fit. That's songwriting. It's fine, okay? But what he said there that was really fucking powerful and really fucking strong, and something that I feel with a lot of different forms of art, everything is vibrations. And when you put when you put energy into your work, they vibrate at certain frequencies, and people's whose frequencies match that will resonate, and that will become like a joyous union. You know what I'm saying? So, like, right on for him. I like that he's sticking his tongue out at me right there. That's some good shit. That's some good shit. Let's see here. And I'm sure the lurker is also having a chuckle. I would need some alcohol to converse with this guy. He seems like the kind of guy, though, if we're talking about Walden, he seems like the kind of guy that you could have a drink with. Because, like, I don't think, like, me and him would get into, like, a full-on altercation. I think we would have a good conversation. But the conversation would be him saying all of this big, lofty shit, and me just saying, like, why do you have to, like, hide everything behind riddles and puzzles? Like, just be simple and say the simple thing and do it in a beautiful way, you know? No notes, Mr. Lennon. Oh, good shit. Good shit. Okay. God damn it. I did it again. Here we go.
How do you make writing sound poetic? There are a lot of different techniques you can use to make your writing sound more poetic.
Oh my god. This feels like I'm going to lose my fucking mind before this even starts. Okay. This is Grayson Taylor, NYC. Grayson Taylor answering your writing questions. Okay.
like alliteration or using similes or metaphors. You can also make your sentences more poetic by intentionally using structure in interesting ways, creating parallels or symmetry with your words. I'd recommend looking at good uses of poetic writing in books. Tolkien is a good example of this. Make note of what you like and what you don't like. You don't want to go overboard with poetic writing, at least if you're not writing poetry. If you do, that's called purple prose, which is where you're being excessively verbose. How do you make writing...
Yeah, purple. Like, most poetry is purple and verbose. Okay.
My Hume band started alerting me at 2 a.m.
Every poem's different, and I think it's really about going with the flow. So I'll start with an idea, maybe an emotion. Maybe I'll have an experience, and that'll spark an idea or a thought to want to write about that. And so it always starts with a feeling, something I can connect to, a passion that will help drive me to write about that and convey that on the page. So it starts with the emotion. The guiding process is very different, but once I kind of have the purpose and the main kind of emotion of what I want to write about, I'll bring in different language elements, different devices, kind of going into that poet's toolkit and seeing what rhythm, what kind of style and what technicalities will work best for that particular poem and for the message I'd like to convey. Every poem's different, and I think...
How to write a villanelle poem in 60 seconds.
Oh,
The villanelle.
Please. I was waiting for this. Oh my God. I want to know how to write a villanelle poem in 60 seconds. 95 likes, 4 comments. Let's do this.
Now is considered one of the hardest poetry forms to write and
So this is considered one of the hardest things to do. So let's see.
consists of 19 lines broken into 5 tercets. Tercets meaning 3-line stanzas, and it concludes with a quatrain, which means a 4-line stanza. So let's put our line count in, and now our rhyme scheme. Villanelles use a lot of repetition, and it would take too long to explain in just 60 seconds. So
Then don't make a video saying how to do this in 60 seconds. Oh my God. It's like going to the fucking dentist and the dentist is like, hey, this is going to be really quick and it's not going to hurt. Oh, by the way, it's actually going to take a few hours and you're going to feel a shit ton of pain.
So instead, I'm going to show you a color diagram, and each color is the repetition of the same line. There are also no rules for line length or meter, but most villanelles use iambic pentameter. The most popular villanelle in most recent times is Dylan Thomas's Do Not Go Gentle Into That Good Night. I'll put that on the screen right now, including the color pattern. Like and subscribe for more.
Like and subscribe to get the full thing here. Oh my gosh. I know, it's crazy. I figured when somebody blocks you that their fucking shorts don't pop up on your fucking page anymore. My God. My God. Let's see. I accidentally closed down my YouTube app and absolutely panic. Yeah, no, it's funny. And I just realized the other day that the person that he was, I guess, paying for having a membership on my channel so he could see if I was talking shit on him during member streams, they finally gave up, or he gave up, and they're not in my shit anymore. So that's fun. But yeah, like I thought when you got blocked, like everything is blocked, but apparently not. I haven't seen him pop up in fucking almost a year, probably. That's crazy. But, you know, Nicolas Cage from Buffy the Vampire Slayer's got to fucking show up when they show up. You know what I'm saying? And that's okay, because that's from Bobby Elvis. So don't you worry about it, dude. Oh my God. What exciting things happen when we do this shit. I'm going to actually talk about his look right now. And not to be like a dick, I'm actually going to like give this dude props right now. Because that's what I do here. We are gonna prop this dude up. I want you guys to see something here. This look he's got going on right now, this is like a super cool classic poetry dude look. Like he looks like he's of the people, you know, but he's speaking about the hardest kind of poetry in the world and how to write it in 60 seconds. Like the shirt's low cut, but he's got like the denim on top of it. Got some tattoos showing. The hair's looking good. If you dig the bleach thing, like he's rocking like the poet of the people, but talking about some like really heavy, legitimate literature shit. So I'm gonna give credit where credit's due. He looks like a poet, sort of, or a mechanic. Either way, but I'm digging it. I'm digging it. Gary Adams is one of the greatest poets of all time.
Porn and scrolling are the most expensive habits a high IQ man can have. He says he's fine, but he hasn't felt truly focused in years.
Hi everyone, it's National Poetry Month this April. Stop by RJ Julia to buy some new poetry books, even if you're not into poetry.
I have that book, and I didn't like it as much as the other book. I'm just going to come out and say it. That's Ocean Vuong's, what is it, like, Living Life as a Mother or something like that. It's not as good.
Have some great collections that are super not pointy-headed and easy to step into. I love Ocean Vuong. He's also wrote On Earth We're Briefly Gorgeous and Night Sky with Exit Wounds. And
Night Sky with Exit Wounds. That's the one, dude. That is a very depressing fucking book, dude.
And his latest collection is even better. So highly recommend.
That's not true. That's not true. RJ, Julia, I don't think that's who you are.
To all my poets out there, the most important poet that you guys should be studying is Rilke. And Rilke is the king of modernism. And when he was young, probably like you are, he studied under Rodin, one of the greatest sculptors of all time. And Rodin made Rilke study animals, sculptures, and art for hours at a time and write about it. And after thousands of repetitions, Rilke finally gained the ability to see. Because I'm sure you were writing about your life experience, depression, heartbreak. But if you can't write about a static object or an animal at a high level, then how can you expect to write about something that is vastly more complicated than that at a high level? More so, how...
I will say something right here. I don't agree 100% with this, but what I will say is when someone starts throwing at a high level out, it's not only gatekeepy, but it's like, by whose fucking standards? Yes, you should be able to write about static objects that are not internal. Like in the Poetic Anarchy course, we do that whole thing where we have to write internally and externally. Like we write something that's internal, then we write something that's external. And then we try to write something that's external and write about how it internally makes us feel. And then vice versa. You know what I'm saying? But when someone starts saying high level, what the fuck does that mean? People say that shit to, it's not really gatekeep as much as it is to like put people at different pedestals. And one thing that I've learned over the last few months is that I think people dig this kind of shit. They want to be told that you're not at a level yet. You need to work harder. I think the problem that I have when I teach people is that I'm like, do whatever you want because everything you want is fine. Just keep doing it, and the more you do it, the better you'll get at it. I never say like, oh wait, you're not at a high enough level yet. This is amateur stuff. I don't ever fucking do that. But I think my problem is, as a teacher, is that most people want to be told that. Most people want to be like put down so they feel like they could work up to something, which is fucking stupid. To me, that's like a capitalistic mindset with intellectual fucking bullshit. Does that make any sense?
How can you even know that your perception of your emotions is right until you're...
Who are you to say what's right? Who is anyone to say what anyone's emotions are right? Jesus fucking Christ.
confident that you have an accurate view of reality.
Accurate by who? By you? Jackson Hole? What are you fucking talking about?
And the only way that happens, and the Buddhists and the East and the Hindus learn this, is through learning to see. And real...
You have to learn how to see. No shit. Like, the whole reason why poetry is subjective and any kind of art is subjective is because we are the only ones that see with our eyes. Each individual fucking person. And they're going to, like, present what they see in their art, how they do it, and that's what makes it unique. That's what makes it their voice. When you start talking like this, you start making everyone write exactly the fucking same. And you're just making this is academia in a fucking nutshell. You have to do everything the way your professor does it, or else it's not right.
Okay, in his collected works, which I recommend, is where you need to start if you want to explore this journey. Follow me for more poetry tips. And to all my poets out there, the most...
Oh my God, should I follow this guy? That really fucking set me off a little bit. Right Conscious is this guy's channel. I say it's Right Unconscious. Unconscious writing is way better. Let's see what chat's doing, because now I'm fucking pissed off again. God damn it. Where are we? To be honest, that AG versus Gurf crowd is so off my radar that was actually traumatic. I'm so sorry. No comment. Absolutely no comment. Guys, we found Waldo. This guy has never read. Is it Rilke? He watched NFL Stone and got very confused. Zap! Zap, what's up? I miss me some Zap. Come join us. We're being catty. We're super catty. This guy needs to step away from his DSM-5. And drink a beer. You know what? I need to open my chelada. Let's fucking do this. I've been doing this sober, just on caffeine. I was supposed to do this a long time ago. Cheers, guys. Oh my God. Will this be available for re-watch? Yes, it will be. And on top of that, if you want to just like go back to the beginning and two-speed it, we'll be doing this for another 15 minutes-ish, and then we're going to go to a member stream for a half hour where we can like talk mad shit and not feel bad. I have not been doing this sober. Oh my gosh. Stop the presses. None of us knew that Nikki was drinking right now. That's okay. That's okay. Oh, yeah. So I just subbed to that guy because that's the kind of shit that actually... Shit, is this public? This one is, but there will be... I thought this was a member stream. No, the member stream comes after. But it's okay. Everything's fine. The reason why you know this was a public stream is because I really held back when we were talking about Gary Adams. So, and I'm just fucking around. And the only reason why I keep doing the Gary Adams thing is because I know how frustrating that is to Gary. But yeah. Moving right along. Oh, wait, no, I got to do this thing again. We got to come over here now. Boom. So yeah, so maybe we'll come back to Right Conscious. Maybe that's what we'll do. I'll just find a channel and do a whole stream of just watching them, and then you guys can clip the parts that you like, and we'll have what do you call it? Things like this that people could do this thing with. I don't fucking know what I'm talking about.
High IQ people with
The original menu.
Oh, dude. Dimitri effing Reyes, dude. Another person from the Blood Rag. He's going to teach us how to put together a manuscript. Let's listen to this. Some of the stuff he says is good. Some of the stuff, it's grain of salt.
Manuscript of Bobby Beachorn. Let's talk about how to put together a manuscript. I work in Google Drive, so what I'm going to do is put all of my poems in one folder. Usually this will be fully populated with poems, but I already finished that step, so everything is in just this one document. After you think you got all the poems you want, you're going to print them all out, and then you're going to go to the wall. You're going to put a bunch of your work with painter's tape so you don't ruin the wall to start organizing your manuscript. I like doing this because then you get to see what the poems look like. It's easy to start moving them around to get a different flow or to get a different narrative. You'll also see here that I have different codes. So I have 1s and Gs. I think the Gs were for grandparents and the 1s were for first generation. And then once you organize that, you can also look at the themes. So I have things like masculinity and legends, celebrities, ancestry, the diaspora, and I make sure I put all those things there so they can all mix together and create a different narrative. Once I switch everything around, I actually go back into my Google Drive and put everything in one document. And then I see what my manuscript looks like. The original manuscript.
Okay, I just want to say something real quick. One of the things that really tripped me out, I had a call with Dimitri. And he's like, okay, so like your poetry, like the theme of your poetry is masculinity. And, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, what? And I was like really confused. Like, I don't know. You guys tell me. Let me jump back over into the chat real quick. Do you guys think that my poetry, the theme of my poetry is masculinity? I always thought like my poetry was just very self-deprecating and like these are all the horrible, stupid things I've gotten myself into. I never thought that masculinity was something that I was having a problem with, or not a problem with, but something I needed to talk about to people. But it's very curious that in his book about being in an immigrant family on the East Coast and all this stuff, and how all of that affects stuff, how one of the themes in his book was masculinity. So it makes me think that maybe masculinity is just something always on his radar. Let me see. Why is Nikki retracting messages again? I've seen some terrible painting advice too, but not worse than the lame brains I dealt with in art school. Yeah, we're going to do another stream like this on painting advice too. Like this whole thing is just a fun thing to do. Oh my God, I need a new phone. The effing autocorrect on this one is driving me insane. Oh no, people have weird ideas about masculinity and femininity lately. Yeah, just let people do shit. Like, I don't see what the big deal is. Like, who fucking cares? I don't know why everything has to be something for somebody else. But that's the whole thing. Like, once you write something, it's dead to you and it goes out to other people and they're going to get what they want out of that. And that's fine. There ain't nothing wrong with that. So let's just keep going.
With poetry, I feel like sometimes it gets like capital P poetried, you know, where it's like, oh man, I need to know the scansion, I need to know the rhyme scheme. You don't need to know any of that.
There you go. I appreciate that little thing he said. So let's see if he fucks this whole thing up now.
What you need to do is sit down and write something that sounds cool in your head. And then maybe, if it sounds cool in your head, you say it out loud. And you're like, oh, that sounds cool out loud too. And then you start asking yourself, am I saying what I really wanted to say? Or does it just sound cool? So when I'm writing rap, sometimes I'm just like rhyming. I'm like, oh, I'm not saying anything. I haven't said anything. I've just rhymed for a minute. So I think that's like a really interesting moment in writing a poem. You look back and say, how can I make the two meet?
I want to warn you guys away from something right now. Do not ever write a poem with the intention of writing it, or as you're writing it, does this sound cool? It immediately makes you the most phony fucking person on the goddamn planet. And people can smell that. People can sense that. If you are writing things to be cool, you will not be cool. You will be cringe as fuck, and everyone will know it, except you, sadly. So please, for the love of God, don't ever write anything to be like, oh, does this sound cool? Now I'm going to say it out loud. Does this sound cool? Okay. And then he goes, and then I'm like, but am I writing this just to sound cool? That was like the canary in the coal mine. It was like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? So I think he ended up in the right spot, but don't ever write anything because it sounds cool. That is just a recipe for disaster. Do not do that.
Here's one tip on how to show and not tell in your poetry. Avoid saying how things make you feel. Instead of saying, I cried, say, my brain were two clouds pressed together, expressing themselves through the change of weather.
Don't do that! Oh my God, no! 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 Oh my gosh. Pathfinder, don't do that. Look, I understand that there are people out there who love that kind of heavy metaphor. Okay? But less is more. Okay? When you are writing a poem and your poem is just heavy metaphor after heavy metaphor after heavy metaphor after, pretty soon nothing you wrote is coherent. Nothing makes any sense. The best way to do something like this, and this is just coming from me, who the fuck am I? But if you write a poem that's just like speaking truth, and then you have one heavy metaphor in there, that heavy metaphor is going to hit. It is going to, the reader is going to hit it. Oh, they're going to feel it. Okay? If you do this shit, not only, like, do people even want to talk to people like that? Here's another thing. Don't write in a way that you do not communicate normally because it sounds forced. And I know I'm probably like alone on this one, But the worst thing a poet can do, and the reason why people don't like poetry and the reason why poetry feels so far away from people, is because the people who write poetry say shit like this and then write shit like this and then give it to a fucking normie. And then the normie's like, oh, wow, that was really, that was cool. Here, read another one. And then the other one's like, oh, my heart and brain felt like two clouds smushed between your butt cheeks when we're spooning at night on a hot night, like onions and fire from brimstones of hell. And everyone's like, what the fuck are you even talking about?
Instead of saying I love you, say something like, when making a salad for two, I will place the bruised strawberries on mine and the fresh ones for you to dine. Instead of saying
Oh, please, for the love of God, do not do anything this woman's saying.
I feel stressed or irritated, say I'm a boiling pot filled to the brim, a single drop more and I'll overflow on a whim. Instead
Okay, she's rhyming too, which is just driving me crazy. But on top of that, when you're stressed, if you say you're about to boil over, that is cliche. And someone like this, who is so heavy on all of this shit, should not be telling people to write in cliches. Okay? The bruised strawberries, that was kind of like clever. Like, oh, I've done things like that. I love someone so much that like I make sure they have food and I fucking starve. But like the boiling over.
Instead of saying I miss you, say your absence occupies spaces and grows bigger and bigger in larger sized places. Don't take
Oh my God. The rhyming is just disgusting.
the shortcut to express how you feel. Instead, go about it in a roundabout way. You'll create something captivating. Join the Poetry Garden for more tips and tricks.
Hey guys, join the Poetry Garden if you want to make sure that your shit is completely incoherent. I'm not talking shit on this girl. I'm sure she's like killing it, doing her own thing. I do hate when people are making videos and the whole time they're doing it, they're looking at the reflection of themselves in their phone instead of the camera. That drives me crazy. It tells me that this person is very self-absorbed and like it goes back to that whole thing. Like, I love the way my shit smells. I could smell my own shit for hours and hours on end. I do not appreciate this. Okay. And she probably isn't going to appreciate what I'm saying about this either. But, I mean, you could join the Poetry Garden to find out how to write in cliched metaphors so heavily that A, your voice will sound like every other 14-year-old girl, and B, like, I don't even know. I'm just tips on how to write a better poem. Good Lord.
Here's one tip on how to show and not tell in your
poetry is the music of being human.
Oh man, you have to understand that when someone of this age with this accent starts talking to you about poetry, they're either onto something or it's going to be completely up their own ass. I'm going to say that she's onto something. Let's hear.
What we find when we write poems is that we understand more about ourselves and more about the world that we live in.
I agree.
I hope in this course we'll find ways to help you bring out your own unique voice as we assemble a small collection of poems that you'll be proud of. I'm Caroline Duffy, and this is my BBC Maestro course in writing poetry. Poetry is the music of being human.
Is the music of being human.
By sleeping on your side, you're actually...
Come with me to write Poetry for Strangers, Day 6. I write personalized poems on a vintage typewriter, usually for guests at events, but today I'm heading to the Italian gardens to write for people walking by.
Okay, guys. Okay. All right. Hey everybody. Let me see. Let me get caught up on you guys here. Maybe it's Nightbot. Fucking Nightbot stalking my arse. Do I need to do a Nightbot? Should I have like 17 moderators? My dad's dead. That's good advice. She can't be real. Should we all make our poetry more sappy? I feel like my ears have just been... join the... Okay. It's just down the... Oh my God. I think she's just bragging about the stuff she writes. She thinks she's cool. She's good at being herself, but her advice won't work for everybody. That is true. Like, her advice won't work for everybody. That advice she has is very typical of that type of poetry, which is fine. But like, her metaphors are obviously going to be her own, okay? Unless she's teaching people to write metaphors and buy her books, and then people are going to read those books and go, oh, these are the metaphors I'm supposed to be using. And then instead of bruised strawberries, they'll be like, when I make you that fruit salad, all of the nasty black bananas are the ones that I eat. I give you the nice ones. I'll even take the super green ones that are crunchy, and I'll give you the nice ones. It's like, oh, okay, that checks out. That's a regular event I'll do. Okay, so thank you guys so much for being here. If you liked this shit, let me know down below. If you hated this shit, let me know down below. If a lot of people watch this or comment on it, or there's any kind of fucking engagement, I will do more shit like this. But right now, we are going to move over to a members stream. I don't know why it's not working. Maybe this is a member stream. Maybe I totally fucked this up. That is very possible. How come it's not letting me do this? What does this do? Start break, create highlight video, add stream marker, share, plus, minus. I don't know why it's not working. Let me see if I can do this one more time. Maybe this is a member stream. I don't think it is. Let me see. No, it's public. Yeah, we're good. So how come it's not letting me do the thing? It's not letting me do the change. Okay, well, regardless, it's almost 2 o'clock, and at 3 o'clock, I have to do the, let's go look at it real quick. I have to do the, I'm going to be on Henry Horror Channel, talking about Creeperson and all sorts of other shit. So go over and give them a sub if you haven't yet. Don't forget, I'm going to be at the High Desert Lo-Fi Lit Weekend, doing different things all day on March 22nd. Zine workshops, writing workshops, the whole thing. So if you are in the area, go check it out at High Desert Lo-Fi Litfest.com. Perfect. Okay. So thanks for hanging out, everybody. Hugs and kisses, and I'll see y'all later. As soon as I figure out how to get out of here.